everybody. Thanks for coming out. This is our community STEM tours. And I started this series because I really wanted to have the students have an authentic experience for the work world. And we are learning so many different things and how to reach our students. So we thought maybe this YouTube series could help them out. And Amanda, thanks for coming out. She is here and she is going to be speaking with us a little bit about creativity in a time where learning and how to adapt and work together are so important. So let's learn a little bit real quick about Amanda. So I found this picture on YouTube, by the way, or not YouTube, Facebook. I thought it was good. And she actually has two jobs. Can you go into those a little bit?
Sure. My actual day job, I work for what's called a perinatal quality collaborative. But my other passion is violin.
Awesome.
So in the evenings and on the weekends, I teach violin, and seems a little different medical field of music, but I grew up playing the violin. I started about 9 years old. I went through my college program. I love the violin. I love music. I play with the Spring Hill Orchestra when my schedule allows. And so I love it. I love sharing the gift of music.
Absolutely. And so with that, we're going to start out with a little challenge. And if you want to do this challenge at home, you can look in the feed in the comments, and I will leave a link to this challenge. Usually people are given 3 minutes, Amanda, so we'll see how this goes. We're only going to have 1 minute to do this challenge. And the rule is you have to turn these circles into something else. So hopefully you have your pen. I'm going to start at the bottom here. You're going to start at the top, and I'm going to start a timer. And when that goes, we are going to try to turn these circles into as many objects as we can in 1 minute. Ready?
Okay.
See here. And go. Whoops. Sorry about that.
It's okay.
See if I can.
Am I doing this right?
Sure, there's no wrong way to be creative. Let's see if I can do it too. Yep.
It says many objects. So let's see.
Okay, we only have 24 seconds. I don't know if we're doing too good.
Oh, not the color I wanted.
Let's see.
Oh, see, I was connecting the dots.
Oh, well, and
you're going inside the dots.
Oh, time's up. Oh. Okay, so we try to turn our dots into something as quickly as possible, 1 minute, and it looks like, how many objects did you get? You got 1, 2, 3 objects, and I got
different approach.
Right, and a different approach. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 objects. And so, and I have to admit, I have done this before, so I was going easy on you. But the thing about this activity is it's a creativity challenge, and you had to be a risk taker. You weren't sure what you were doing, and you went for it anyway. And there's no wrong way to have done it. You definitely took a different approach, and
out of the box.
Right, out of the box, and we can appreciate that about each other with creativity. So we'll look back at that, and a lot of people think, creativity is something that either you have or you don't have. But it's actually one of those things you can improve on. So it's not just a talent. Some people have it, some people don't. But anybody can improve on it. So I bet if we did this challenge again, we would really see some improvement.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All right, let's see if I can go to the next slide here. All right, so we're going to get rid of these annotations really quick. hopefully. Yep. There's probably a faster way to do this. We're all learning here. So my next question while I'm doing this is, how have you seen creativity take place in your business at this time? And have you had to get creative about doing your job?
Yeah, so specifically, I'm going to focus on my music job for this. Working with students when we can't be together is so hard. So often you have to like hold your wrist a certain way, and if they don't, I have to like physically move their wrist, and that's something I can't do. So right now we are all on screens like everyone kind of in the US, and so we've had to find some new creative ways to describe things, um, to put the instrument down and change our bodies, try to move and um, communicate in different ways, to use different words, that maybe in person I would just make a slight physical adjustment, but then I have to actually communicate that with words and show them instead of just doing it for them. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. Yes. And I'm sure like you're even the first time you did it versus, the second time you did, I'm sure you improved on that even.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. I'm struggling over here. So
Uh-oh.
I'm trying to find my little clicker and it's not showing up. Uh, they're almost there, maybe. Oh, yay, there it is. Okay, next question is, so to my students that are watching, can you grow in your creativity? What are some ways you have been creative at home? So maybe you can even try that circle challenge at home and just leave your comments in the feed where you leave comments. Be great. I'm a natural YouTuber, I'm telling you. um, so my next question then is, how can we be creative while we're at home? What are some tips?
Yeah. Yeah. So, in addition to all my jobs, I am a mom too. So, I have a 7-year-old and a 5-year-old at home. So, we've had to definitely get creative. Um, and it's been stretching me, it's been stretching the kids. How do we learn when we don't have all of our friends together? You know, it may look like getting out a piece of paper and ripping it up and making a mosaic art piece. It may look like making, we made this morning cornstarch and water and made the goo. That was a lot of fun and creative and something I'd never done before. So just looking for new ways to approach things. I'm not a messy player, so to get into messy play was a lot of fun.
Absolutely. And I'm sure, again, you're just learning, as you go. And that brings me to another point with, how can creativity affect our moods? I know that right now, with everyone being cooped up inside, it can really play a toll on our moods. So, how does creativity affect that?
Absolutely. Yeah. So I find that when we think outside the box and we try different things, it releases something in us that we almost feel like we conquer something. And so you think, oh, I couldn't do that, or this didn't work this way. And then when you get creative and come up with another solution, it's a win because you're like, oh, I can think of a different way, or I can approach it this way. So my daughter, we were coloring, and she was having trouble, and so we talked it through, and I said, well, let's try a different color and approach it this way. And it was like a light bulb went off and her mood changed, and it kind of helped our day get back on track. So
Yeah, they do talk about like maybe coloring to be like a de-stressor. So,
mhm. Yeah,
that's
we've been doing a lot of coloring.
yes, and some doodling. We have been doing some really neat things with some star art. I can put that in the feed too.
Ooh.
So I love to see what everybody's doing for their creativity at home, and how your moods are, and how maybe creativity has helped that. And then some people have a fear of trying out new creative things. So have you ever experienced fear of trying to be creative or something new, and how'd you overcome that?
Absolutely. So I'm a bit of a perfectionist, and I don't like to mess things up, and I don't like things to be um, out of order. So my husband was teasing me the other day when I was coloring, and he challenged me to color things completely the wrong color and just to stretch myself. And it was hard. I sat there and I looked at the red and I was like, oh, I shouldn't color the grass red. But I did it, and like it was so fun. It's
That's
a silly
awesome.
example, but
Yeah.
there's times in life when you I was a dancer growing up, and so there was a fear of being creative or trying a new dance move, and um,
Do you think
being with.
maybe that fear comes from other people judging you, and you just don't want that feedback?
Oh,
You're
for sure.
scared you might fail at it, or somebody might you not like it.
Yep, for sure.
So,
So yeah, I mean, but honestly, most people are so encouraging and want you to succeed and to try things, because if you don't try, you'll never grow. So
absolutely. And we also in my classes a lot of times reflect on the word empathy. With great power comes that great responsibility. And how can that creative talent that we all have within us, and we're all trying to grow, how can that inspire other people? How can maybe we can create something to inspire someone else? And I know with you, it's music. So can you tell us a little bit about that?
yeah, so I've been watching online about, I saw a news article in Italy where the people would go out on their balconies and sing to lift the spirits of their neighbors. So I have a little deck on the back of my house, and so I've been going out there with my violin and just playing sometimes in the afternoon, and it's been really uplifting to see the neighbors come out and get to listen and share the music with them. And sometimes I'll post little videos on our neighborhood group and just say, hey, I'm sharing some music today, and
Awesome.
just to see people's response, even when I didn't feel like I did it quite the right way or I messed up a little bit, everybody was very positive and just very encouraging that, the creativity was uplifting to them.
Absolutely. And I think we all have that niche within us, and it might be art for some, music for some, talent show, technology. It might be, I know some people like put out some really cool things in their windows to kind of make a window picture. So just, guys, create something to maybe inspire other people. It is making a difference. Everybody makes a difference with just the smallest of things. You can uplift others. So, Amanda, thanks for being so enthusiastic and coming out and sharing your thoughts and experiences. And we really appreciate it, especially you being my first person in the series here. I have another guest that's going to be coming on really soon. So I hope you guys tune in. And he is a counselor, and he's got some really great things to tell us about teamwork, and what he has seen happening around him. So I hope you guys tune in for that. So, well,
Thank you so much for having me.
absolutely. All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.